This is our first video of the unit over the law of demand. First, what is demand? Demand is a little bit different in economics than it is when you say demand something from your parents or your friends. Demand is a collective desire by citizens to purchase a certain good or service within a market. For example, in a market, at any given time, there's a certain amount of people that demand chocolate bars or fedoras. So what then could change the amount of people that demand these chocolate bars or demand these fedoras or any other product or service in the market? The answer is price. Now let's say that chocolate bars are $5. How many people are going to be willing and able to buy these chocolate bars at this price? The answer is probably a pretty limited number because that's a pretty high price. Now let's say the price of chocolate bars drops to $3. Are there going to be more or fewer people interested in buying these chocolate bars at this price? The answer is definitely more. Now how about $1 for a chocolate bar? Everybody's going to be storming the chocolate store, right? Because these chocolate bars used to be $5 and now are $1, and there's going to be dramatically increased demand. For another example, let's look at the fedoras. Let's say they're really nice and they go for $50 per hat. Now, a lot of people might be interested in these fedoras, but what happens when the price changes? Let's say because of all the interest, the hats go up to $100 per hat. There are going to be fewer people that are willing and able to pay that price for the same hat. In fact, if the price keeps going up, there will just be fewer and fewer and fewer people willing and able to pay that price for the hat. This is the law of demand. It states that as prices drop, the quantity demanded goes up because more people will be willing and able to buy that product, any product. And as goods and services get more and more expensive, the amount of people that will demand those or are willing and able to buy them will go down. So let's take a look at the law of demand in graphical format. Because of the law of demand, this inverse relationship between prices and quantity, when prices go up, quantity goes down, and when prices go down, quantity goes up. The result of this is a downward sloping demand curve. In other words, a downward sloping demand curve demonstrates the law of demand. If we take a closer look at the same graph, we can see that prices are on the y to the sky axis and quantity of pizza is on the x-axis. At $2.50 for price of pizza, if we dash that over until it intersects and dash down, we can see that 4 slices of pizza are demanded. However, when we drop the price down to, let's say, 50 cents, we dash it over to the right until it intersects and down, and we can see that we demand 12 whole slices of pizza because the price is so inexpensive. That's the law of demand. In our next video, we'll talk about how this demand and the supply of producers interacts to create prices. But for now, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for your attention. If you want to take a minute to go back through the video and make sure that you understand each of these 3 concepts. First, what is demand? Second, what is the law of demand? And third, how do we show it in graphical format? Then do so. You're going to need this information for your pods tomorrow. Have a great night.